Man, I didn't even have to win a disc golf tournament to get one of these. Huh. You're not special, Simon. Okay?
You kind of are.
All right, a little bit. You're listening to The Disc Golf Show. That's right, you are listening to The Disc Golf Show. This is episode number 9, brought to you in part by Final 9 Sports, with 2 locations in California in Orangevale and Rockland. Support local. You should. You know you should. Just do it, okay? Support your local shop. And if you're here, stop by those 2 locations. Pick yourself up some gear before you go to the course. Because, they're good people. Great stuff. Stop in. Do it. My name is Justin, and with me today is
Nick. That's me.
That guy. Yep.
I was on it.
Congratulations.
No lag.
No lag. Except for the lag that you're hearing at home. No shout outs today, so Nick, what are we jumping into?
I got a shout out.
Oh, what's your shout out?
To Justin. Thank you.
Oh, hi.
Being an awesome co-host.
Would you say maybe
or
the
allowing
best
me
co-host?
to be, I mean, I would say that.
Go on.
I would definitely say the best
Go
co-host.
on.
I don't want to.
You've almost solidified your position as my co-host.
I don't want this to happen.
You've almost solidified your position. Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
The work you do behind the scenes, unmatched, unparalleled.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to throw all those resumes out. He just solidified his place on the show. What are we talking about today?
Well, we are going to get right into the thick of it. Into the thick? No, sorry. I don't want 2 events since our last show, and we say that on the last show. We had Jonesboro and we had Music City Open.
Yes.
Let's get Jonesboro out of the way really quick here.
Well, I mean, credit where credit's due.
There was some.
Quick.
No, yeah, I'm just excited about Music City.
Actually, you're right. Okay, so Music City. What happened?
No.
No, you don't want to just. Okay. All right. It was an option.
Couple things. Couple big things actually.
Right. When you say couple, how many do you mean?
Well, couple is 2, so a few good things. Okay. If you want to, if you're referencing AB.
Yes, I am.
A few meaning 3, meaning he's won 3 events.
Yes.
Out of the first 5.
Yes.
He has won 3 events out of the first 5, so he is definitely putting his stamp on 2024. And I don't see him going anywhere the rest of the season, because even the ones that he did not win, he was right up there.
He's up top 10.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah. He is smashing.
Yep.
So, big shout out to AB and for winning Jonesboro, as well as your favorite.
Who's my favorite?
KT.
She is not my favorite.
Kristin. Did you know? Did you know?
Is it Christine or Kristen?
It's Kristin. It's Kristin. I'm. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm calling it here because when I hear other competitors from across the pond say her name,
yes,
Kristin.
Oh, okay.
They say Kristin.
Right. Okay.
Tattar.
Okay.
So, anyways, she got another win. So kudos to her.
Surprise.
Yeah. Now the one kind of funky thing.
You know what?
What?
You know, I'm gonna say it.
Oh, what?
I'm tired of hearing Kristin Tattar's name. Okay. I'm tired of it. Let's just, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You're going to get tired, more and more tired throughout the year.
Oh, I know. She's actually, I am kind of coming around to the Kristin Tattar train, if you will, choo-choo, hop on board kind of thing.
You questioned it at the beginning.
Good.
You questioned it at the beginning.
I did, because I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
You didn't. You didn't trust me.
I want to let you know that I was wrong.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that.
She is actually very, very good.
Very good.
It just took her a little time to warm up and get back into the swing of things, which is fine. I mean, that kind of looks like it's been happening kind of across the board. And when we get into Music City Open, we can prove that.
Oh,
but it just took her a little time to warm up into that. But now I'm seeing, like, she's not just winning now.
Nope.
She is winning by a landslide.
Oh, yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
That says something. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and it's not like the second place doesn't have a lot of score too. They're both scoring, but she's that much better.
Oh yeah,
right. Obviously, because she won, but there is a huge difference in skill that you're seeing out there, and as a result, the win. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more on board now than I was. You were right.
She's already started her collection of awards.
Yeah. Good luck getting those home.
Yeah. But one of the things that popped up that was kind of, we said we weren't going to talk about stuff. We said we were at terms with the fact that, you know what, let's just put this to rest for now.
Okay.
Because it's going to pop up every year, right?
Yeah.
Well, it seems to rouse its head up again every single weekend.
Okay.
And this isn't good for the one of the sides, one of the viewpoints.
Oh yeah, does it happen to be yours?
I mean, it does, but we can get into that later. We can get into that later.
Okay.
But the MPO trophy actually had written on it, etched into it, Men's Pro Open, when it should have read Mixed Pro Open, because it is a Mixed Pro Open division. The fact that a lot of people who don't see it the way I see it, which is perfectly fine, nothing against them, we just don't see it the same. They have been very adamant about the fact that it's a men's division, but it's not.
Were there any men playing in this tournament in MPO, or women playing in MPO in this tournament?
In Jonesboro, I believe so. So.
So then the title is wrong. It should be mixed pro. I mean, it is mixed pro.
It's mixed.
It is mixed pro.
It's mixed
That's
pro.
what it is. It's not men's.
No.
But
FPO is female.
Is. Yeah.
But it was just one of those things that I saw people start talking about.
But is it really though? If you think about, I'm just kidding.
Right?
I don't even
yeah,
want
that's the attitude right there. Yeah. That's the thought process.
Just open this whole can of worms.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Send your hate mail to Nick@discgolfshow.com.
So yeah, please do. Please do. You're gonna have some more after this episode.
Yep. Yeah, you are.
So here's the thing. Let's get in.
Okay.
I guess I'm the critique guy. I mean,
you're the angry old man.
I'm the angry old man.
Show.
Get off my lawn.
You are older.
Okay, so here's the thing.
You know how old he is?
Here's the thing. I'm older than you. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
By quite. Look at that. I'm more gray too. It's not fair.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
And we have like opposites too. Just
yeah. I got the gray there, and you got the gray.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, so here's the thing.
That makes really good audio, by the way.
Yeah, just
everybody listening to the
look at this right here.
Everybody listening to the audio only podcast is like, wow.
I think
amazing content.
Okay, so my critiques on Jonesboro.
Okay.
Maybe they aren't necessarily about Jonesboro.
Okay.
More about the not about the course, more about staff.
Okay.
Reason I say that, and again, volunteers much appreciated with any event that you volunteer at. Without you guys, none of these events would be possible because we need your support. Now give him the poop sandwich. What I would say you put the is, you know what he's doing. If you don't know management techniques, here's what he's doing for you. Let me break this down for you. You're starting with a compliment, like John, you're a really good worker, right? And now you put the poop in the middle, and you go, but you show up late every day. Okay, yeah. All right, we can't have that. Okay, so, being late every day, not good. And then you finish off at the very end with a little bit more good. And you're like, exactly. But John, I know you're a hard worker and your heart is in the right place. Just try harder. So I know you can get here on time, if we really work on it. I really appreciate the work that you do. Have a good day. And you create the poop sandwich. Yeah, exactly. So give us the Jonesboro staff poop sandwich. Here's the poop part of that sandwich. Okay. I don't think spotters should be stepping out into the fairway in which the view of the camera that's following the disc from the tee then gets blocked by the spotter. Okay. You know what? Spotter, get into a position in which you don't have to infringe on the area of the line of the shot. Okay. And again, these are all growing pains in my opinion. These are little things, but I just see these as little things that can be tweaked and fixed to make a better product. Sure. Right? That's one of the things. Okay. The other thing is that, listen, I don't want to see a green flag when it's very apparent to everybody from the tee that the disc is in bounds. Oh, yeah? You don't have to wave a flag every single time. If it's a blind and it's inbounds, great. Okay. But if it is just a straight 270-foot shot onto an island where the person who throws it can see where the disc lands, you don't have to run across and say that it's inbounds. If it's questionable, that's one thing. If it is right next to the basket, there's no need for a flag.
I mean,
come on.
Does it really matter though?
It's a waste of time and energy. Just
of you watching it?
I'm tired of seeing green and red flags. Great. They're there for a purpose. That's not the purpose they're there for. Mm-hmm. They're not there to tell me that I can see that it's inbounds, but thanks for confirming the fact that I can see that it's inbounds.
Let me summarize this whole last 3-minute rant for you guys. Let me TLDR it for the younger generation.
Send your hate mail to Nick at discgolfshow.com. That's fine.
This is what grinds Nick's gears.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You kids and your darn flags, use them.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm serious. Serious. I'm just tired of seeing the flags. I don't want to see them every single throw. Please.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I love that it makes you angry though.
Anyways,
tickles apart inside.
One other thing.
Oh, there's more.
There's one other thing. Picking stuff
but
apart.
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Listen, if you're gonna caddy for somebody, caddy for them. Don't just walk with them and make the person that you're wearing their caddy little bib have them carry their bag.
What if
I
they
saw
wanted
that
to
a few
carry their bag?
times.
What if they wanted to?
Don't.
Do you know that they didn't want to?
I knew you were going to say this.
Wow, I mean,
I knew you were going to say this because that's the only argument in which there is a way in which the caddies. But then don't have a caddy.
But what if they want them to carry it sometimes? But they're like, I want to carry it.
Inconsistencies are horrible.
The player doesn't have a choice whether they want to use their caddy or not.
Carry
Is that
the
what
bag.
you're saying?
Yes,
Nick?
carry the bag.
So if you have a caddy, you have to use them 100%?
Carry the bag. Carry the bag.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't agree with this.
You cannot agree all you want.
At Disc
I'm
Golf
just
Show.
voicing my opinions and viewpoints.
No, let's clarify.
You cannot agree.
I want to clarify.
You cannot agree with
if you're a caddy for someone, you have to 100% of the time carry their bag for them.
You should.
But you have to.
You should.
But you have to.
Yes.
Okay, all right. You've heard it here. If you're a caddy,
listen.
100% of the time, don't you dare let that player touch their bag.
Listen.
Okay, it's yours.
I am perfectly fine with being wrong. I am just, again, voicing my opinion on the situation.
Hey, hold on. Let me call your wife real quick. Hold
on. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hey, he's okay with being wrong.
Anyways.
Okay. No, he'll be home after this.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Listen, carry the bag. Let's move on to Music City Open. All right, guys? Okay. Because there's a lot to unpack here. If you thought that was bad.
If you thought that was bad, there's
Wait
more.
Wait for it. Hey, listen, I like to bring up situations in which you can make your decision onto what side you fall. Okay?
Sure.
That's fine. I don't care if you agree with me or not. We may agree on some things, we may not on others.
You don't have to agree.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
You don't have to agree. Listen. No, Nick, a lot of the times has the wrong opinion, and I have the right one. So you can agree with me or him, and that's why we have the juxtaposition of views. Not a lot of the time, though. Usually I agree, but on this one, I think he's crotchety old man in it.
I'm going to say we have differing opinions. I'm not going to say that mine is right and his is wrong.
I am. You are such an old man.
All right. I'm
all right. Those resumes are back on the table, by the way.
Wait, hold on. You're the best editor, I swear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's get on with Music City Open because this was amazing to watch. Reason being
really
is
good,
because even though he's not on my team, my guy,
you mean
my boy.
Guy? You mean my boy?
Yes. Skip
My
Ace
boy,
Y
blue.
is your boy, yeah. Simon. Now here's the other thing. Before we even get to that.
Okay.
Wire to wire is a tough thing to do. To be in the lead.
Yes.
He did it in a very dominating fashion. He did it in a very controlled fashion. And it showed across the board his capabilities and skills still to this day are just to me unmatched.
Simon's?
I think ever since he had his injury, his first injury, in which he had to slow himself down, it made his game ridiculously better.
I will agree.
So obviously with that, and if you haven't seen it, you'll know now, Simon Lizotte, defending champion
Yes.
of the Music City Open. So the 2 years in which the award was a guitar,
Uh-huh.
he has both of them.
Yes, he does.
And that's awesome. I'm so stoked for
Do
him.
you think that Simon was extra motivated by the guitar?
Oh, he said so.
Okay. All right.
He said so.
But like in terms of like how he played, he's like,
at the
no,
end-
I'm winning this one. So
at
he was
the
like
end-
even more careful than he normally is.
Yeah, at the end, he literally said the main reason why I wanted to win was for this guitar.
I missed like the very end of it, which sucked. Is like I had so much going on. I got to watch round 1, a little bit of 2, and then I got to watch like the very beginning of 3, and I missed the end.
The end of 2 was a little scary for him.
Yeah.
The end of 2 was a little scary because he parred, what is it, 13 through 17. Like he didn't birdie, but he birdied 18. And he ended that round with a 2-stroke lead.
Yes.
Mind you, a 2-stroke
over
lead.
Wysocki, right?
No,
Wasn't
Macbeth.
it? Oh, Macbeth.
I think
That's
it was
right.
Macbeth.
Because they were.
Because I think it
Yeah.
was Macbeth, and I forget who else was on
That was a
card. But
So that's another thing too. Is I haven't seen Macbeth's name that close to the top yet this year, and it was nice to see him there. Like I guess I'm just used to when I used to watch, seeing his name up there. So it's just I don't know, surprising to me that he's not there.
Well, check this
like,
out.
all the time. But
Check this out. You want to know the top 5 people?
yes,
Simon.
Yep.
Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Wysocki.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Colling.
I know. I have Colling and Dickerson and Simon
Dude,
on my team.
how did we go back in time
That's what I'm saying.
for those to be the names of the top 5 players?
Right? It's like it's like old times.
Which actually, you know what, thinking about some of our conversations in the past makes me take some of that back a little bit, because we talked about how the younger group and the younger distance and all that is pushing out the players that have been around a lot longer, the older players.
Yeah, they're still pretty young though.
They're still young. They're what, I think early 30s.
They're not like McRae or
No,
you know,
they're not.
Stokely
Yeah.
or you know, like they're not in that age bracket
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. Yeah.
So they're still young.
But it is it was awesome to watch. Also,
Really cool.
back-to-back winner for FPO
Mm-hmm.
was your girl,
Yep.
KT again.
KT
So
again.
I don't know if it's ever happened that I can think of where, I mean, the only people would have been possibly Macbeth and Pierce. Could have had 2 years in a row
Where they won
defending
the
champion
same.
where they won the same, maybe. But I don't even know if that's
Ooh,
valid.
that'd be a deep stats dive there.
There's already, I'm sure, people looking up that
Probably
those stats.
right now,
But
yeah.
big shout out to Kristin and Simon.
Now, we looked up some of their stats earlier, and I think this is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, you know, there's obvious reasons if you start pulling some of these numbers apart why they would be different, but it's interesting just to kind of think about as kind of like a thought, like, I don't know, like not experiment, but like just how that happens and coming up with the ways that these things happen. So, for example, inside of Circle 1, right?
C1X.
The putting percentage that was made by Simon Lizotte was 97% of those putts,
Insane.
right? Tatar, 83%, right? Okay, that's pretty
Was
good,
Very
right?
good. Yeah.
Now get this. The total distance for putting overall for all 3 rounds, Simon Lizotte putted, and this is crazy just to think about it anyways, was 1,006 feet. Tatar, only 600 feet, right?
is
And then
crazy.
you think like, oh, she must have been parking a lot of them, right? Versus maybe Simon having to make those longer distance putts.
Yeah.
But remember that 97% and the 83%?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, especially when you throw in what about Circle 2 when they were outside of the Circle 1, right? Now we go Simon Lizotte, 39% made, 7 out of 18 opportunities, right? And Tatar only had 3 out of 17
Yeah.
which makes it about 18% outside of Circle 2. So that means, because we were talking about this earlier, when Simon misses those opportunities for Circle 2 and he has all that distance, right? It lands in Circle 1, and then you have to make the Circle 1 putt.
Yeah.
That's included in that stat.
Yeah. And
right? So there's reasons, but
his misses
are farther.
are closer to circle's edge.
Well, right.
20
exactly.
to 30 feet.
Right, because he's really going for those shots for
Yeah.
birdie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, or whatever
And he
the case
spin
may
putts.
be. Yeah.
He's a spin putter.
True. And that's going to put
Kristin
a lot more on it
is
than
more
pushing.
of a, I want to say she's more of a push because she
hybrid,
lobs it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just interesting to think about just those stats wise, and just thinking about 1,006 feet total putting distance. Oh my God!
Over 3 rounds.
That's so so far, dude.
Yeah. So I'm guessing the furthest you can putt in calculation of the putting total would be the edge of circle 2. That's the only way that you could reach 1,000. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's gotta be.
Yeah.
Because that sounds the difference between him and Kristin is like
Pretty extreme.
That's yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With fairly similar statistics, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On the percentage there, and another interesting statistic that we looked up. Both of them only had 2 OB shots.
Yep. That's
the
usually
entire time.
Yeah.
And that's the make or break you kind
one of the first things.
Stuff, right?
Yeah. Is I want to
Start
say
going OB consistently. Yeah, you're not winning.
that was one of like Tiger Woods things. Was he has like I think 3 or 5 rules, and one of them is no OBs.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
You know,
it makes sense.
You save so many strokes by just not going OB.
Yeah. And it shows proofs in the pudding, right?
Yep, exactly.
It's just interesting, like looking at those stats and breaking them down. Like,
Yeah.
all right. But 1,006 feet, man, that blows me away.
It's crazy. So I did want this is kind of a shout out, I guess. Not really a shout out, but kind of a shout out.
Okay.
There's an up and comer. I believe she is 15.
Okay.
16. Cadence Burge. She was crushing, dude. Controlled again. Very controlled game. And the shot choices and all of the way that she played her rounds looked very, very professional for her age. Like she looked way more golf smart than what her age would make you think.
That's awesome.
Very, very good game. So I would suggest keeping an eye out on that name. So Cadence Burge.
Cadence Burge.
Pay attention to that name. The second thing I wanted to talk about is
the
Eagle.
name that you won't be seeing?
Ay, jeez. I'm getting tired of this too.
This is a grind your gears.
Yeah, this is an episode
All right.
here.
All right.
Okay, so here's the thing. I definitely want the athletes to be tip-top shape, right?
Absolutely.
I do. I don't want you to push it in a way in which you're going to hurt yourself. Definitely don't want
Safety
that.
first.
Yes. But there is an argument where I think when I'm not trying to pile on here. I'm not trying. I'm just
You sure about that?
I'm just critiquing things. That's how I look at it. I'm not dogging him for anything. I just
You know what, Nick?
I'm trying to propose
Nick.
a thought process,
Nick.
whether it's correct or not.
Nick.
What?
You're entitled to your opinion.
Okay. So anyways, so he drops out of the Music City Open. He did a practice round prior to the day prior to the start. He had said that he was 50-50 on whether he was going to play. He also said that he definitely didn't want to ruin his chances at playing in the Champions Cup, which is this coming weekend. And my question is, when this whole hullabaloo of switching sponsors, manufacturer sponsors,
Right.
you get this big deal, which I'm sure it was big. Eagles, hey, listen,
It should
Eagles
be.
worth it. He's an incredibly good competitor, right?
Absolutely.
However, when you sign a big deal like that and you don't show for the first 6 events, that is your first year of playing.
Right.
To me, it doesn't look good. To me, you're being careful, which is good,
Right.
but being overly careful is bad. I
Sure.
think if you're getting listen, it comes back to me to any sport. if you're getting paid really good money to do what you love to do, that's part of the game. Dial it back. Don't play 100% and get warmed up instead of feeling you have to be at 100 to actually play an event. You don't.
I actually agree with you, but here's the thing. I think there's a couple of considerations to take in, right? One is just that fact. Don't play at 100%. Maybe he's not going to be. Right? Maybe he's like, man, if I play right now, I will hurt myself further. Right? I better make sure that I can play at this major, right? So, and maybe at this major, he still won't be playing at 100%. We don't know.
You don't.
I haven't talked to him.
That's very valid.
Right? Maybe somebody does.
Not
maybe
trying to
Eagle
take that
knows.
away
Let
from
us know. But here's the other thing, too. The concern about his sponsors, that's for them to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
And that's for Eagle to worry about. Is that a consideration that he should have in the back of his mind? Absolutely. And maybe he does. And here's the other thing. And here's the other thing. Maybe his sponsors told him, hey, man, do not play in this turn. If you're not 100%, do not play.
Yeah.
Wait.
That conversation
We'd
could have
rather
been had.
you wait.
Yeah.
And that could have been had between him and his sponsor. We
Very
don't
true.
know, nor should we know. Like that's a conversation for them, right?
Yeah.
So I see your point, and I do get the point of if you're a professional athlete and you're paid pretty darn good to do what you do, sometimes you need to suck it up and play, right? Because that's what you're getting paid to do. But there is a very fine line there between making the smart decision of I need to play because I'm getting paid to do it, and then not being able to do anything else in your normal life.
Yeah.
Very quickly because you've been making those dumb decisions.
Well, here's the thing too.
So you have to play that line, right? And I get it, I understand. And as a fan too, it's a little more frustrating, right? Because you want to see your good players out there. You want to see, the Eagles out there and doing the things, and you're excited about seeing them, and you haven't been able to see them yet. I get that. But at the same time, there's a lot of very unknown factors. So I get your point.
Yeah.
But I think there's just too much that we don't know, nor probably will we ever know, to 100% say, like, your butt should be out there, dude. What are you doing? And not saying that you're saying that, but
no. Yeah.
And I get the
Agreed.
frustration points,
Yeah.
but it's like those are the type of things that you have to like, or at least that I'm thinking about, right? Like, there may be circumstances we don't know, right? Or it could not be the case, and he's just being overly cautious.
Well, here's the thing.
You don't know.
During his interview, he did say, one, that he does know that, he's been out for a while after his new sponsorship signing.
Right.
So he's acknowledging
He's aware.
that, which is good. The other thing he is acknowledging is the fact that he has been known to pick and choose the events he wants to play.
Oh, sure.
Now, I'm sure this has got to be in a contract.
There's probably so many he has to play.
Yes, that's what I was going to get at. Is if you do not, you get dinged.
Right.
You make less money.
Absolutely.
I think, and again, same with what you were saying. I don't know the ins and outs of his contract. So I'm just stating the fact that I get it. You want to play in the major, but
Yeah.
Here's another aspect. Who put you? Well, yes, you and your talent put you there, right?
Sure.
Also, your following put you there.
Yes.
The people who want to watch you and love you and love to see you do good in disc golf gives you more visibility, and you're not only out there playing for yourself in that aspect.
True.
And again, I'm not, like you said, I'm not trying to put pressure on him in any aspect of that.
And
I think these are a lot of things that you've got to think about across the board when making those decisions. And I'm sure he is.
The only reason that we're even talking about this is because he has an injury. If you think about it. If he wasn't injured, he'd be playing.
Yeah, he
right?
tweaked his back.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, because if you think about it too, from just the perspective of, making money, right? If, unless that's just not even one of your concerns, you don't care, right, at this point. But I think most people would like the opportunity to at least have the potential to earn that money, right? So just not playing in events, you have a 0% chance of collecting any winnings on that, right? if you're at that caliber of a player and you're like, man, I'm probably going to be like top 10, right? I'm coming away with some, I'm coming home with some winnings, right? That's your income.
Yeah.
Right. Outside of your sponsorships and everything else. But that gives you more opportunity to give yourself more of that income. And maybe that's not a consideration for him. Like, I don't know his situation, but
I'm sure his contract
I
outweighs his winnings.
I'm sure, but it wouldn't hurt to add to
extra
that,
money is
right?
extra money, yeah.
Why not, right? But it maybe take that vacation to the next level. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But I couldn't see somebody willingly going like, nah, I don't want the opportunity. But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I personally, as long as it's not, I want to play in the major, and I don't want to, like, he did say that the major Champions Cup was supposed to have been his actual return date. Dude, get back out there, man.
Sure.
We want to see you play.
Yeah, I hope it's just the concern for injury and not messing himself up further and then just being out and nobody wins there versus cherry picking.
Yeah. Because that's exactly it. Like I think and I'm sure they all do. I'm pretty sure that all majors you have to what's the word? You have to qualify.
Yes.
For them. So he must have qualified last year or whatever to be in it now. I again with the qualification levels, I don't know if that's something that's going to be looked at in the future, because again, you shouldn't just be
giving it,
because you have to you should earn it. You should earn it. So
absolutely, you got to put in the work to
And hey, actually, quick shout out, that nice little win from Simon. That's probably a nice little bump there for his up and coming second child.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up at the end actually as a shout out for if you're playing fantasy disc golf like we are, don't put Simon in.
No,
because he's not gonna be there for a good reason though. So congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Nice little bump there. Yeah. All right. So here come the critiques.
Okay.
First thing, when you're interviewing somebody whose first language is not English, simplify the question.
Sure.
Don't use big words. Don't make it a long question.
Especially
condense
when you
it.
Don't have a translator.
Simplify it. Yes, because I felt so bad for
Solonin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Not Evelina.
Oh, not Evelina.
It was Saarinen. Saarinen, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Saarinen.
Okay.
I felt bad because she's on the spot, and then she's very, very short answers. It looked like she didn't understand any of the questions. It looked like she wasn't sure how to reply. It just, I felt bad for her in that situation. Right. Like, you can speak to like English competitors however you want because they can understand everything. But
sure,
when your first language is not English and there is no translator,
right?
Come on,
that's
man.
the big difference. Like, if you don't have a translator,
yeah.
And that's more of I think a faux pas on the interviewer.
Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, man, take into context who you're interviewing. There's a little tip. I'm sure that'll get better next time because I'm sure they noticed it. They're like, ooh, maybe I made that a little complicated.
With the amount of competitors that are coming over from Europe,
which is awesome, and
I think
so many are doing so well.
That's kind of a necessity.
It's awesome.
I think that's more of a necessity now, is to have an interpreter.
Yeah. Maybe you get a couple of interpreters on staff.
Yeah.
To help you with that.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea if they can swing that. I don't know. I don't know what the budgets are like, but but that'd be a good thing to have. Makes sense to me.
I wonder I wonder what the easiest way to go about getting an interpreter.
Oh, let me address this guy real quick. Just learn American. Get lost.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
you learn every other language too. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Let's not worry about that.
If you're playing disc golf in another country, you learn their language. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Okay. Kind of the last thing. Almost the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
So round 2, I woke up going, can't wait to watch me some disc golf, right?
Okay.
And then I get a text from you, I believe, saying, hey, I'm having problems watching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll check. And we have our little Skip Ace team group message going on, and none of us were all going, what's going on? What's going on? Right?
Yep.
Come to find out, there was a suspension of play at the beginning of round 2
Yes.
due to a threat on a player at the event.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've talked about letting this just not having to cover this all the time, because you know what this is about without even having to say, what it's
100%.
about. That does not help your case. It doesn't help
No.
anybody.
No.
You do not threaten people just because you disagree with their perspective.
And think about it this
Like,
way
you
too. I
don't.
mean, these type of people, they don't think.
No.
They're not intelligent people, right? And those intelligent people wouldn't even be listening to our show, because only intelligent people listen to our show. So I'm kind of not, able to talk to them at the moment. But bear with me here. If you're going to threaten violence against someone, you are now basically putting everybody that is at that event in danger, right? You're making them feel unsafe, and they might be unsafe. Yeah, you're threatening. We know who you're threatening. We know who your target is. But really, right? In today's world, is it going to stop there? You don't know. So now everybody feels unsafe. Everybody basically is unsafe, right? You're defeating your point, right? You're trying to make a point here. That's not the way to do it. And if you're caught, and I hope you are, I hope they slap you with the maximum penalty they can to just, put it out there for everybody else. You want to do this stuff? This is serious. And we're going to treat it seriously. And you're going to get the maximum penalty for it. And I hope they do. I hope they find you.
I definitely hope they do.
And I hope you just get hit with everything.
Yeah. They ended up having
how I feel.
police come out and follow that card too.
Absolutely. I would too.
Like,
That's ridiculous.
What is your outcome there? What is your goal there?
That doesn't help you at all.
No, it doesn't help anybody.
No.
It slows the whole day down for everybody, which then the final cards of that day have to play again. They finished in basically dark.
Yeah.
You're not proving any point.
No.
You're invalidating your point.
Absolutely. Would I want to listen to your message now? No.
No. And you're invalidating the whole side that you think agrees with you.
The only thing that makes me want to see is you behind bars.
Exactly.
That's the only thing it makes me want to see from you in particular. So I don't know.
It's just frustrating that people think that this is the right path to go through.
And it's not just this too. This is kind of a problem, right? I'll acknowledge that this is a problem.
Across the board,
outside of disc golf, right?
Yes.
But why is it in disc golf? Man?
Yeah.
Really? Like doesn't disc golf still have kind of the overall, like, just peace loving hippies, man?
Yeah.
Isn't that still the why are we doing this? Why are we bringing it into disc golf?
Yeah.
I don't understand it in any case, but especially in this case, it does not make sense. It blew my mind when I found out that was the reason.
Yeah. Same
Really?
here. Same here.
Really? I thought we had
A
kind
threat.
of moved past the point of this, the violence part of it. Like, okay, we've all kind of learned this isn't the way to do this, right? Like, that's not the way to go, but apparently not, I guess.
Yeah.
I think an example needs to be made.
There are
'cause
correct
we're
ways.
not learning the lesson.
There are correct and incorrect ways of trying to get your point across.
Yeah.
And this
is not
was
one of
the
them. A correct way, at
worst
least.
way that you could have ever
Yeah.
tried to get your point across, because it everybody goes mute to you.
Mhm.
So they don't even hear anything that you're saying. They just see the violence part of it, and it's uncalled for.
Yep.
So I think, personally, I don't even consider this person part of the disc golf community.
No. Nah.
Like, do better, man. Like,
They should be part of the inmate community,
they
though.
should definitely be part of the inmate community.
I'd be one for that.
So if you didn't, so that was why what happened, what slowed round 2 down from starting off early. Luckily, it was handled quickly.
Yes.
It was only down for what, an hour and a half,
Yeah, just about.
2 hours maybe.
Just about. It wasn't very long.
And kudos again to DGPT for taking care of it in the correct fashion.
Absolutely correct fashion. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Get extra help there. Treat it seriously.
So, what do you rate the guitar as a trophy?
what do I rate the guitar
Yes.
as a trophy?
Yes, let's end on a happy note.
Sure. I personally
Realistically, don't go, oh, it's a 12 or even a 10. There's no perfect.
Oh, so I have a scale, but I can't pick a 10.
You can pick
So
a 10.
1 to 10.
You can pick a 10. Yeah,
can
1 to
pick a 10?
10.
Okay.
Now, you can do the point something.
I'll pick.
You know?
I'll. You know, I agree with you. Perfect is very hard to achieve.
Yes.
And I don't think that this particular trophy, if we're talking about that, the guitar was a 10. I don't think it's a 10. I am a guitar player as well. I would really enjoy that trophy as well. I think it's a really cool trophy. So I'd put it up there in 9. I mean, if I was playing disc golf and I could get a trophy, I mean, does it scream disc golf to me? No, but I don't care. It's a guitar.
Yeah.
And I think was it a Les Paul?
Yes, this one was. I believe so. Yeah. And it's Music City Open.
Music
in
City Open.
Tennessee.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that way.
Like
you know, like
Yeah.
I'll I'm gonna be a little hypocritical. I like the guitar. I'd take it. I think it's an awesome trophy.
I think it's probably one of the best outside of like it being something other than a trophy too. Like it's usable.
Right. Oh yeah, it's usable.
But when you think of a trophy, you don't necessarily think of a guitar.
No, that wouldn't be something that.
So for a trophy,
but it's cool.
For a trophy that's not really a trophy, that's a trophy.
However, I will say, if you think about
the best one yet.
If you're gonna have value of all the trophies going around that have been received so far this year, let's say, I think it's of the most value.
I think it is, yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean that. Like, what did you win at the tournament? I won a friggin' guitar, dude, and a good guitar, like a decent guitar, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Versus, yeah, man, I won a piece of wood.
Yeah. I won a chessboard.
It's a pretty piece of wood.
No inscription on it. Nothing.
Just a chessboard.
That'll go on later.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's gonna look at that one and go, "Wow, dude, where'd you get that trophy?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, they might go, "The heck is that?" Oh, it's a trophy. What? From where?
Yeah.
That's not the look you want.
No.
The guitar, that was cool.
Now you look at the guitar and you go, "Where'd you get that?"
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I got it at a tournament.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're giving those out at yeah, man. Music City up, and then they're the conversation, you know. And it's a positive way to start that conversation. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
All right.
Or you could stick with butterflies and wood.
So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question.
Oh, the disc golf question.
Question of the episode.
I like these.
It's a two-parter.
All right.
One is disc golf becoming too exclusive?
No.
And 2, will public courses become pay to play?
Maybe. Probably. Oh, did you want me to elaborate?
Elaborate on that, maybe? Okay. I don't know.
Oh, I thought this was lightning round. I'm sorry. Is disc golf becoming too exclusive? I don't think so. There's still a lot of public parks out there. There's still a lot of ways to get into disc golf as a beginner, and it doesn't feel very prohibitive. I will say that's one thing about regular ball golf. It feels very prohibitive to get into because the equipment and everything is very expensive. However, disc golf equipment, discs and bags and things like that, they are on the rise. They are way more expensive than they were 5 years ago, for sure.
Yep.
But I also think the quality is going up too. And you could make that argument too against golf, like, oh, well, it's all pretty quality stuff. Yeah, but some of it's still name brand, things, or you're paying for a brand versus the actual equipment and its purpose and how much it should actually be, right, for the manufacturing and the cost of that stuff. So disc golf, is it too exclusive? Not yet. I could see a future where it could be, but I think it'll take a very long time to get there because of the nature of the sport, right? Now, the second half of that question, public courses become pay to play. Will they become? I think eventually, again, we will see that happen, and I think it'll primarily start with a lot of the top tier courses, and a lot of the top tier courses are already because they're on the ball golf ones or they're, a major tour piece or something, right? Mm-hmm. However, there's still the public courses far outweigh the ones that are pay to play, right?
Oh, yeah.
Should it go taking that one step further? Maybe. And in the future, if the sport becomes big enough and it becomes, on par, See what I did there? With golf, ball golf, then yeah, maybe it should go that way. But I still think we should allow the public option because it is kind of in the essence of disc golf, of frisbees, of throwing a frisbee. That's kind of just a fun thing to do. And you should have those, lower tier, but not necessarily public courses that remains that way. And that's a good way to funnel people into it because it's not at that level yet. And I don't think it ever should get to that golf level where everything is paid. Every single course in the United States is a paid to play course for ball golf, except for one. There is one, but you'll have to travel to Pennsylvania if you're not there to play at it. And it's at Buell Park. That is the only one in the United States that is a free public golf course.
Yeah.
And it's a 9-hole.
Okay. Really?
Yep.
That is impressive work
so
on your end.
Yeah. Going that route, no. I think there should still be a handful of public courses always, because that's just kind of disc golf to me.
So when a public course because it will happen wherever you are.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually.
What do you think a good entry level price would be to play a round of disc golf at a public course?
And at a public course?
Yeah.
I could see, $5 maybe $10. I mean, it depends how nice is that course and how much maintenance do they have to do on there kind of would figure into the price. Because at that point, you're talking about a little bit of extra stuff that goes along with it, or at least I would hope so, right? Like you're not going to go to like a golf course that is like a really nice golf course and it's kept up and not have to pay a fee, right? I mean, a lot of those are kind of prohibitive in that you can go and play on a course without being a member of the club. But really, if you're going to play at that place pretty regularly, you're probably going to want to be part of that golf course club, right? And that gets kind of cost prohibitive at a certain point, depending upon the course, right? But cheaper ways to play, yeah, they still exist, right? You don't have to become a member, but at a certain point,
yeah.
So as long as it is reasonable for the time, right? Who knows? Maybe inflation goes up and $10 is only like $1, right? Comparative to today. But
not.
As long as it's reasonable, right? And I think $5 pretty reasonable.
I think
$3 to $5
is pretty reasonable.
That's pretty good. If we're starting to get into the 10 range, that I would like to see a lot more things. Like it's on a ball golf course, or it's very heavily manicured, and it's one of those top tier kind of places,
right?
Yeah, more amenities. Maybe I got a cart, which I think is a little ridiculous for disc golf, but maybe those are the type of things that you have there, and that's why the price goes up. Or those are optional, and that could tag the price up, or whatever. Like as long as it maintains its reasonableness, if that's a word, for playing disc golf, because it is disc golf, right?
Yeah,
I think it should always have that feel to it.
All right. I mean, you did a pretty good job there. I can't argue with that.
Well, I know. I mean, it's me. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
the head's already starting.
You're right. Yeah.
Like starting, it's already there, man. Real quick for Skip Ace, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit, but for your fantasy leagues, some things to be paying attention to. One, congrats, Ben, in our league.
Good for you.
He took down the reigning champ, Ken, and won.
So happy for you.
It's what we're trying to say is it's not Ken. Love you, Ken.
I'm so glad you guys get to win.
Actually, the greatest part is that he didn't win at all.
My favorite part is that when your character or when one of your players that you actually picked wins,
yeah,
and you still
yeah
get last place.
Yeah, see, one of mine won, but I didn't win the whole thing. So, but maybe I should have.
He dominated this one too.
But maybe I should have.
He dominated this one.
Oh, he did actually, and that's the thing that we're coming around to. Make sure you're taking Simon off your rosters if you have him, because he's going to be out. So congrats again to him for that reason. Tune in earlier to the show if you want to know what I'm talking about. That pretty much wraps it up for the end of the show. But real quick, before we go, a couple things to shout out, maybe some ways to save you some money, so pay attention. DiscDrifters.com. Use the code DiscGolfShow for 25% off of select properties. If you're going to be traveling, use the system, set yourself up, and if it qualifies, you could save up to 25% on that trip, making it cheaper on that airfare and hotels and all that kind of fun stuff. So why not save yourself some money? It's a smart thing to do, right? Disc Golf Show. Use the code at checkout at discdrifters.com. If you're in the market for a new disc golf bag or maybe some swag, some stuff, disc golfy things in terms of equipment, you can check out Upper Park Disc Golf and use the code DiscGolfShow. See what we're doing there? Use that code at checkout to save yourself 15% off of your purchases. Save yourself some money, get yourself some good stuff. It's a no-brainer. Again, this episode was brought to you in part by Final Nine Sports, 2 locations in California. Check them out, Orangeville, Rockland. And if you'd like to contact us, hey, shoot us an email at theshow@discgolfshow.com. And that wraps it up for the end of the show. And remember, in life, as in disc golf or disc golf as in life, whichever way you want to say it, aim high and let it fly.